Disaster has hit Pakistan. It has hit its people, its animals, and its livestock. The massive floods that have hit this country have led to the displacement of over 30 million people and economic damages up to $10 billion. The Pakistani community has been an important part of my country, the UAE, since its establishment, which is why we have created an air bridge between the UAE and Pakistan to ease the flow of foreign aid. Today we're in Rajanpur, Pakistan, one of the areas that were hardest hit by the floods, to show you what is happening on the ground. Alright, right behind me is one of the communities in Rajanpur that was hit by the floods. Obviously the water has rescinded, so it looks a lot less now, but you can see people walking. You look just there. They have to walk to get to the main street to go and do whatever it is they need to do for the day. So what they've done is, people who haven't been able to live in their home had to create these temporary tents to be able to operate on a day-to-day basis until they're able to repair their homes and move back. So we are in Lahore right now, and we are heading up to Rajanpur, which is about a 6-hour drive. One of the things that we've been told is the cities are pretty much fine. We've just been driving through the city, everything's fine, everything's working. 1/3 of this country is currently underwater. 33 million people are about to be displaced. And how do you see the damage that's being done on millions of people and communities is as you leave the city, you truly see the damage. You see the impact that these floods have had on so many people, and that's what we're going to show you. All right, we are now on Rajanpur Road, and as you see behind me, that was the mosque that was submerged in some houses. And just keep in mind that the water was at a much higher level, like even days ago. Here are all the makeshift camps that they've made, tents, to be able to sustain a way of life until they're able to repair and move back into their homes, inshallah. So we're going to take a walk and hopefully be able to meet some people, meet some families, see what's going on. Their whole livelihoods have moved with them. See all the livestock tied up right beside the tents. Everywhere you go, you'll see, even in some tents, like you see over there, there's a livestock in the tent with the family. So now we are at another camp, and as you see, as you get closer to where the disaster struck, that's when the camps start to get bigger. What you're seeing in these camps is people have brought everything with them. There's nothing left in their house, and you even see their tools. Like there's a motorbike in that one, motorbike in another one that I saw down there. Someone put their tractor in the middle. Their whole livelihoods are here. Now we're getting on a boat. They're going to be taking us out to show us the areas that have been damaged and the extent of it, just to give you all a clearer view up close of the damage after the floods have hit. So now we're in Rajanpur next to River Indus, and the interesting thing is this isn't actually a river, this is all an impact of the flood. So you see boats taking people out to their houses, and we're out right now on the boat, on these flood waters, to show you all an extent of the damage that's happened here, and to give you all an insight into just how impactful it's been. Everything you're seeing now was land, was roads where people could get to their homes, go to their work, go and pick things up, go to the supermarket, go and take the livestock, go do things. Now it's all done by these boats. If this was your first time visiting this area of Pakistan, you would think this is a river village. You would think this is like part of the ocean, whatever. You wouldn't think that this just a few weeks ago was land, was roads, was play areas, was cricket fields, whatever you want, but anything but this. And these were the lucky ones. These were the houses that were just high up enough that they could survive. But the people who live there don't have a means to get to the main area or to the main road. There's no way to walk there. So they have to wait for a rescue boat, figure out a way to call them, figure out a way to say, signal them of some way, shape or form to be able to get there. It's insane, man. It's what's interesting to me is how floods have flipped your perception of what's real, of what you used to think, okay, yeah, this is ground level, this should be this high, but no, the water makes it seem at a different level. It's crazy. All right, so in the water over there, that used to be a playground. Homes here, behind here, were destroyed. And then all out there was the crops. You saw when the farmer was taking his buffalo, that was all cropland. So with one major flood, their people are affected directly, their homes are affected directly, their means of providing food, livestock, and crops are affected directly, and their means of transportation to access livelihood is affected. So their whole way of life has been impacted by this. Nothing's been left. It doesn't end there. So once they get all that back, there's still the impact of the diseases and disasters that come with this. The hunger that goes because the crops aren't there. The diseases that come because of the water that's been left unsanitized, just left there. All these things have to be dealt with. This isn't a quick solution thing that gets fixed. First, you have to fix the way of life, while at the meantime, making sure that the future impacts of this flood doesn't hurt them even more. The first stop we're going to go to is the primary care. That is the first place that patients come to get the help that they need. And we're going to speak to a doctor to talk about the work that he's doing and how we can all help. So There are two types of medical care that are needed. One is the emergency care for people who have been hurt because of the flood itself. The second is the aftermath. So once the floods have receded, that is when you see a lot of diseases come out. That is when you see a lot of skin conditions, breathing problems that come because of the disease that were carried from the floods. I wanted to ask you, how soon was this hospital opened when the floods started?
15 August 2022.
What are some of the main problems that you have after the flood? So when the floods have gone, what are some of the major issues that you have?
Mostly patients come with the gastroenteritis like diarrhea, skin diseases, snake bite. These are the main diseases which people are facing the problems and came here for the treatment.
Since the floods have come, how many patients are you getting a day?
Almost 350, 400, 450 patients daily are entertained here. We admit the patients and give the IV line IV antibiotics, IV fluids. If the patient got more sick, then we refer to the nearby hospital, Tehsil headquarters or district headquarters.
What is the help you need from people around the world since the floods have come?
We basically need for the rehabilitations of the people that they need shelter, they need food, they need medicine. So the people face problems. Basic needs are these.
Inshallah, we're all here to help. Another thing that doesn't come immediately to mind is the animals. So the livestock, which is a form of living and nutrition for families across this country. When the fields go out, the animals go out too. Animals get sick, the animals suffer, the animals struggle. So this is a center that's been set up just for medication for the livestock. So members of the community can come in here, get the medicine they need for their animals. So the animals are kept in the back, and essentially the animals that are here came with the owners who were getting away from the floods. And they're given the same care here with medical attention, food, and with safety. Okay, when did she come here?
So she's been here for the past 15 days.
And when does she think she's gonna go home?
5 को
By the 5th of this month, yeah, after 2 days.
What does she want to be when she grows up?
डॉक्टर
Doctor? You'll be able to help people the way that they're helping everyone here today, inshallah. Take care. Salam. It's like heartbreaking and inspiring to be able to see kids with such big hearts, such strength, to see the disasters that have been going on around the country over the last, God knows how long, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And to be in a place like this where your home gets destroyed by the flood, and for you to be able to smile, for you to be able to think, okay, I want to become a doctor, I want to be able to help people in the future. And I don't think words from me can actually articulate what it means for a child to have that sort of strength. And I pray she is home in a few days, inshallah. And it's here when you realize the magnitude of the aftermath. You see the damage through the videos that have gone viral of crazy floods and waves going through cities, villages. Here you see what's left. This is what stays, and what people have to live with every single day. And I can't imagine how kids getting to school, getting food. I always wonder, like, why do these disasters hit the countries and the villages that have the least resources to deal with it? That's the heartbreaking part. And that's why we're making this video, because they need help from everyone around the world. And if it happened to any one of our communities, we'd want the help too. We'd want to be seen, heard, helped, just to get through this, man. These are the electricity cables. See that? That's how high we are. The electricity cables, the ones that are high above the ground. It's crazy.